Libra, this is going to be your general reading for the month of September 2018. This is for Libra rising, Libra sun, and Libra moon in Libra's best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about. I hope you guys are well. I actually paid a friend of mine to puppy sit for me because ever since I did Virgo's reading where he was just acting nuts the entire time, I just figured it would make things a lot easier for him to go have fun with other dogs in a big giant garden than to sit around listening to me doing readings. And as far as I know, I don't have any work being done on my porch or on the house at all, so hopefully we'll have some peace and quiet for this reading. I feel bad for Virgo. Their reading this month got interrupted like 5 different times. Okay. Libra. Let's see what's going on for you for the rest of September. And because these last 6 or the last half of the zodiac is happening quite a bit later than the other ones, I think I'm actually going to do a little extra thing for you all at the end, just for fun. So I'm going to do an 11 card Celtic cross spread for you. As soon as I pick the cards, I'll show them all to you and then I'll get started. I hope you guys are well. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to start picking cards now. Ooh, very nice. You might catch me yawning. I'm actually feeling a little sleepy and tired today, but I'm just trusting that my guides will help give me the right messages for people. There's nothing to really be done about it. I have to get up at 6 in the morning every morning during the week to get my daughter ready for school, and there's something about getting up that early and then once she gets home, helping her with homework and dinner and all of that stuff. It seems like I'm perpetually tired, but such is life. Okay. This reading seems really nice to me, or just very uncomplicated, and it's refreshing for me. Maybe it's because it's what they call Virgo season right now. All of the readings this month seem very intricate and almost complicated, but this one seems pretty straightforward. I will be picking some clarifiers. Here, let me move this a little bit. That's an eagle kite behind me. Okay, here are your 11 cards. I'm probably going to pick a few clarifiers, but this seems very straightforward to me. So your central experience for the month of September is the 10 of Cups, which is lovely. This is a very good card to get as your central experience for September. Your challenge to that or countering experience is the Emperor. Excuse me. What is helping you, hindering you? I guess I'll probably end up picking a card to go with this. Is the Two of Wands. At your root or core of your being, you have the Three of Pentacles. In your recent past, you have the Eight of Wands. Your best possible outcome is the Six of Cups. I will definitely be picking a clarifier to go with this. I want to know more about this. This feels really good to me. So, coming up in the near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Right now, you are Strength. I think I remember that this got tooth marks in it for my puppy last month for you guys. I think. Yeah, this is coming back up again for you. In your surroundings, you have the Four of Wands. Very nice. As your hopes, Nine of Pentacles. And your general outcome is spectacular as well. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I think I'm going to pick a clarifier for your central experience. It's such a beautiful card, but I feel like I need a little bit more information about this. Oh, I automatically picked up my fairy deck, so maybe I'll pick clarifiers for you out of my fairy deck. Sorry to switch things up on you guys. Every now and then I get tired of doing the same thing every single time. So let's see. I haven't saged these in a while. So let me do that really quick. Sorry guys. Just be patient with me. This is a very special deck to me. This is Brian Froud's fairy deck. And I've had this, I actually have collected decks over the years, but I tend to give a lot of them away to people and then reacquire them later on, either through people giving them to me or finding them. I actually have had this deck 2 other times in my life, and the second time I gave it to someone as a gift, but then I had a dear friend of mine pass away maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and actually she collected lots of decks and beautiful objects, and I mean, you guys are Libras. I'm sure you have a great honor for beautiful objects or just high quality objects. She was a master collector of amazing things, but her family was basically all Jehovah's Witnesses, and when they had me help them clear out her house after she passed away, they actually threw a lot of her things in the trash because they considered them false idols. No judgment here. I rarely talk about religion at all. I prefer to just stay away from the subject, but I actually ended up rescuing this deck from the trash, and some of the cards she hand wrote messages on. But okay, so back to your reading. Let me shuffle this really quick and pick a clarifier to go with that. Okay. Clarifier to go with the Ten of Cups. Whoa. Okay. Might as well pick all your clarifiers all at once, and then I'll get into it. Okay. Pick one more to go with that. Oh, this is fun. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. All right. This is very interesting, you guys. This is a nice change. Sometimes, I mean, I've never done collective readings before I started this channel. I've been a reader for, let's see, I'm 42 now. I started doing readings at about 23, so about 19 years, I guess, right? Yeah, 19 years of being a reader, especially or with cards anyway. I've been a reader for less than that with other subjects, but I've never done readings for a collective before this point. It's always been individual readings and mostly in-person readings, one-on-one with an individual. So this is a total learning curve or an experiment for me. And I've noticed I wasn't sure what to expect on a month-to-month basis. But I've noticed that so far they seem to be continuing stories to some degree, which is interesting, and hopefully it's making sense for the people that are watching it. But for me, it almost gets a little boring after a while, just having the same having the evolvement of a same story. And this feels very different to me, so this is exciting. Okay, enough of my ramblings. Thank you for being patient. So here is your central experience for the month of September, which is the 10 of Cups, which is total emotional fulfillment, happiness, and joy. And it's an emotional harvest. It's when you have hoped, wished, prayed, and also done the emotional work and gone towards your blessings or magic in your life in order to have these things come about. In a lot of decks, this portrays a happy family, a man, a woman, some children playing with a dog, a house, a garden, basically everything that stereotypically people think of as being the happily ever after or the happy ending. It's about emotional harvest, feelings of total happiness and joy based off of things finally coming together to full fruition of your blessings coming into being. This is your central experience for September. So perhaps for September, you're feeling quite joyful and happy and blessed at this time. You may have wishes granted or things coming about that you have been waiting for or working on for a very long time. So I pulled a clarifier to go with this, and you know, we're going to take this one step at a time, but I definitely see a story unfolding here. So we'll get there. This is just the beginning. Your clarifier in Brian Froud's fairy deck is the Rar, which is total excitement, tons of energy, and things are moving quickly, or you have tons of energy at this time. You feel like things are gaining momentum. Things are moving quickly and forcefully now in a good way. The Rar is just about tons and tons of energy, and motivation. So what I'm getting is that not only are you experiencing some kind of a happy ending or a total emotional fulfillment, it's roaring into your life very quickly and suddenly and possibly loudly, where maybe you have some things coming about now that you weren't expecting, or you didn't expect it to happen on such a grand scale. Feels like something is speeding towards you, or something is revving up, and this is bringing you a lot of joy. So let's keep going. Go with that one. Okay. Your countering experience to that, or challenge, is the Emperor. This could be a person. Normally I don't read people into Major Arcana cards, but I am getting this could be a person. Whether it is someone that you know who is quite martial or Aryan, very mature, built up, well established, very set though, possibly with their ego or their sense of self, someone who does not bend or is not flexible, not very easily anyway, doesn't do that very easily. This could be a strong-willed person that somehow feels threatened by your happiness or your happy changes that are happening now, and so it almost feels as though this is a force that wants to somehow, what's the word? Keep things under control. Keep you under control, or to regulate what is happening for you. Maybe they feel threatened by this blessing, these blessings that are pouring into your life. Maybe they feel like it'll take them away from you, or they don't want to see you happy. That's so strange. That's one message I'm getting. And this doesn't have to be a significant other or somebody even that you're super close to in your life. This could just be a person around you that expects you to be a certain way, or you have been a certain way for a period of time, and this energy feels threatened by you changing because all of a sudden they don't know what to expect from you anymore, or they don't know what you are truly capable of anymore. I don't really know how else to put that. This could also be that your challenge at this time could be possibly authority figures or systems or set rules of things. Perhaps you feel as though you don't really have enough room in this system in order to fully embrace your blessings or your joys that are coming in by the hundreds at this time. Or this something about you changing for the positive so quickly is possibly making other things nervous. That's so strange. Let me pull a clarifier to go with this and see what happens. Okay. Perhaps this is a force or a person in your life that is afraid that you will outgrow them. Whether it's a business or a job or a system or a person or something. This is a situation or a person that is afraid of you outgrowing them or suddenly realizing that you can have something better than them. That's so strange. But the reason why I say that is because you got this as one of your clarifiers. This was actually hand-drawn by my friend. The Brian Frown Fairy deck has a blank card that you can draw in your personal guide. Hers were twin dolphins. She was a Gemini, by the way. A Gemini Taurus. To me, whenever I look at this reminds me of her obsession with twin flames. She was always obsessed with finding her twin flame and her other twin. Whenever I've looked at this card of hers that she drew, it reminds me of soulmates, or it reminds me of twin flames, or it reminds me of her wishes for freedom and partnership, of joy and love and creativity. She absolutely loved dolphins, mermaids, and fairies. And so what I'm getting is that this emperor here is possibly, I even got the word terrified. This emperor may be terrified that you may realize that they are not your partner, or they are not your equal, or that you actually have something coming in that is way better and more freedom loving and organic than this emperor here. This emperor here in this deck has always stood out to me as just being so built up and so stagnant with his egotistical role of being in charge of everything, being the person who makes all the decisions, being the person who dictates what happens and how it happens. Sometimes I get tons of other messages concerning this, but that's always what I think about when I look at him. So your other clarifier to go with this is Mickle, which is all about humor, playfulness, and laughing, and enjoying life and just being silly. So what I'm getting is that this is actually a remedy on how you handle the emperor. If you feel as though something is trying to control you, or you need to get out of some kind of a structure that is holding you back, the best way to handle this is through play, laughter, and humor. And possibly, if this emperor is somebody that you care a great deal about, or somebody that is important to you, or a situation or structure in your life that is important to you, you need to tell this emperor to lighten up. Perhaps this emperor has gotten too serious, too responsible, too held back in his or her own nature. And part of the reason, part of your challenge this month may be to try to lighten up this person or this situation and let them know not to be so serious, to still remember who they actually really are. If this is an important person in your life, this is another possibility. This person could be a dear soulmate of yours, whether it's a friend, whether it's a lover, whether it's a partner, whether it's even a business that you have or something you've got going on in your life. It feels like perhaps one possibility is it is meant to be in your life and it is an important thing. It's just it's gotten too serious, or too feelings of way too much responsibility where they've forgotten how to play. Dolphins are extremely playful creatures, extremely social, extremely communicative, and Mickle is also very playful and loves silliness and joking and play. So this is what is needed, is perhaps you're trying to break through to something or somebody because something about their feelings of responsibility or seriousness is starting to get to you, where you're soaking it up and it's making you feel bound. So let's move on. Put that back. So what is helping you is the Two of Wands. So what is helping you is to think about future ventures, things you would like to do, future adventures, future plans, future opportunities, things that are possibly on their way, or you would like to go explore your options. You would like to possibly go in a new direction or try new things. You're thinking possibly of travel, or just switching things up and trying a completely new way of doing things than before. You're definitely thinking about possibilities. And after you've mulled over your possibilities, deciding what possibility you would like to go with and then taking action. This is what your hope is for new things to come into being to make you feel more adventurous, playful, and positive about what you're doing in your life. The clarifier that came with this is the singers in this deck are kind of like the major arcanas in the regular tarot deck. They're very big deals, or they're very large energies that are from the divine. So you have with that one the singer of courage. So what is helping you is to be courageous, to be brave, and to think positively about taking action and overcoming any fears, obstacles, any doubts, anything that is in your being that holds you back from doing this. So what is helping you is courage and bravery, as well as opening up your eyes to new possibilities for yourself. At your root, you have the Three of Pentacles. So again, you're definitely thinking, or you're definitely feeling the strong urge at this time to move forward, to embrace expansion, especially with physical things like what you do for a living, the things that you're manifesting in your life, the things that you're creating on a physical plane. This can also mean talents, skills, and abilities that you have, where you have come far enough along with these skills, talents, and abilities where now you can showcase or you can display it or throw it out there for everyone to see what you can do and what you're capable of. This can only bring blessings, opportunities, and recognition your way, where you may even have an increase of money or abundance in your life from being brave and throwing your talents out there where people can see it. And your clarifier with this is another singer, which is a big deal, is the singer of the chalice. This is a singer that is connected to the divine feminine, which has to do with things like nurturing, kindness, holding space for other people, for yourself, holding space for anything really that matters to you, to nurture, take care of, love, unconditional love, acceptance, and support, emotional support. All of those divine feminine traits, as well as things like intuition, your inner guide, your visionary capabilities. It may be that somebody watching or a group of you have talents with embodying the divine feminine, and you can also be a man, by the way. I remember one of my favorite nurses that I ever had in a hospital. I actually grew up in and out of hospitals. I had grand mal seizures for most of my childhood, but one of my favorite nurses of all time was actually a man. And some of my nurturers growing up, whether it was after school program teachers, lots of things like that, teachers that I loved at school were all men that had this energy. You know what this is reminding me of is another person that has passed away that meant a great deal to me and my daughter, who was my daughter's kindergarten teacher. His name was Mr. Clancy, and he was one of the most singer of the chalice type of people that I have ever met before. He was extremely nurturing with the little ones and extremely empathic and sensitive and very motherly with my daughter and as well as the other children in her class. So obviously the divine feminine as being one of your talents doesn't necessarily mean that you are a woman. And I've met plenty of women in my life that don't carry that energy and carry more of a masculine warrior energy as well. You know all this being Libras, I'm just spouting. I think I've maybe drank too much coffee. So anyway, you have talents with this motherly nurturing ability or with psychic abilities or being a compassionate, loving person. And so you may have possibly gone to school for a profession or a skill that has something to do with this, whether it's caretaking elders or children or working in the healing fields, just anything that involves nurturing other people and adding softness to other people's lives to make them feel held. You definitely are feeling drawn to go more in this direction now and to see what could happen from this process. So that's at your core. Very nice. Last month, or your recent past. In your recent past, you have the Eight of Wands, which is about a lot of things going on, a lot of things up in the air, a lot of swift action and movement, a lot of swift communications, people coming in and out of your life, a lot of opportunities, choices, possibilities, but at the moment they were up in the air or not quite landing just yet or not quite dependable just yet. The winds of change have been blowing around. So your clarifiers for that, the first one is the bodacious bodak. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. This one is all about meddling and things like people saying that they're being helpful for you, but they're helping you in ways that don't actually help, and they're not really asking your permission on whether you want them to help or not. Sometimes this can be people that say that they're trying to help you or their intentions are to help you, but they're really just meddling. And something about them attempting to help you actually messes things up further. So feels like somebody may have been meddling in the situation in the past where a lot of things were up in the air. Possibly you had too much on your plate and this person tried to step in and help you, so to speak, but really all it did was confuse matters further. Or this could even be something or somebody meddling in the situation that pretends to mean well, but actually is kind of like a saboteur or somebody who says that they mean well, but really they want to make things difficult for you, or they want to meddle in the situation. Or they're spying or being too invasive with their energy. The other clarifier was Arval Parrot, who is all about communication, speaking clearly, communicating clearly, and getting things out there. So it could be that somebody communicated to you that this person was meddling, or it could be that you caught this person meddling, or this person meddling, however well-intentioned, confused matters to the degree where you had to speak up and say something. You may have, and I see you as doing this, if you were the one to do this, you did this in a very good way, of course, where you were able to speak very clearly and concisely about what you were observing and how they were actually interfering with the energy. Or someone may have communicated this to you. Perhaps you weren't aware of this energy and someone else brought it to your attention. But in any case, I feel like it was addressed. And I feel like it was addressed in a good way. So, as your best possible outcome, this is very specific to me. I had a feeling about this, but I just needed to make sure with the clarifiers. Your best possible outcome is that it's one of two things. It's either, as your best possible outcome, you're about to finally have because Mia is in this reading and because her dolphins are in here, I am going to say that your best possible outcome is you find your twin flame, or you find your soulmate, or you find your partner, your spirit partner. This could also be a soulmate, as in a very close friend or somebody who means a great deal to you, but I am getting something in here about actually finding a partner. Or somebody that you thought was lost, that you used to know from a long time ago, who is coming back now, that you have missed, and they have missed you. This can also be a very close tie with somebody that where you have known each other in many past lifetimes before. And so when you do meet them, if you haven't met them already, they feel very familiar. They feel like you've known them your whole life, even though you just met them. And the reason why I'm interpreting this way this time around is because, if I can pick it up, your two clarifiers are Penelope Dreamweaver and Geo the Slow. Geo the Slow came out first, and then I needed more information, and then Penelope came out. So what I'm getting is that you have waited for this person to arrive in your life for a very, very, very long time. And maybe you waited for so long that you started to think that it was never ever going to happen. You lost hope, or you gave up on this hope or this wish. Or perhaps you have known the person this whole time. It's just you haven't seen them in so long, and it's taken so long you weren't really sure if it would ever really happen. And so, but because Penelope came out, this says that I'm interpreting her right now as your dreams are coming true, or your dreams have been reawakened. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling as though magic is happening in your life, and it's because you have remained positive. You have hoped for this for so long, it feels like. And it feels like it is finally coming into being, or you are finally being reunited with this person or this energy. If this doesn't have to do with a relationship or finding your person, this can be a long-standing dream that you've had for a long time, and you kind of almost gave up on it completely because it was taking so long to come into fruition. But now it feels like it's coming back, and it's coming back full force out of the blue, where all of a sudden, bam, everything that you have been wanting or dreaming about is finally giving you concrete signs that things are happening now and things are unfolding. You're about to have your beautiful, happy outcome. And something about having to wait for this for so long definitely developed patience in you, and it most definitely developed a certain amount of independence in you as well. Okay, this feels very specific for someone. So in your future, this may be a dream of something that you want, a purpose that you have in life, or something that you want to be doing with yourself that affects the world or affects other people in a really positive way, and where you can fully express all of your talents and abilities. This almost feels like either it's a soulmate or something that you have longed for romantically or with connection with other people for a long time, but this could also most definitely be your life's mission or your life's purpose, or what you feel completely inspired to do as far as building, making money, helping the world, doing something meaningful. And the reason why I'm saying that as a definite possibility here is that you have the work card in your near future. This may also be why you have the Emperor as what's hindering you, is perhaps you have been in a particular field for a long time, or a particular job for a long time, or you're very tied up with what you've been doing for work or as your career. You may have even risen to a place of extreme authority with what you do, or you may be a leader of your company or of your business, or the big boss, so to speak. But that is hindering you now, so it feels like you have a completely new, I want to say completely new path, but it feels like you have been wanting to do this for a very long time, or you've been leading up to this for a very long time, and now it's finally coming into being. So if that's the case, I see you as working steadily but surely towards your goals in the near future, where you are on your way, things are happening, and you are being patient and diligent about getting these things knocked out or done. And your clarifier with this is Iris of the Rainbows, which is all about hope and positive expectations and things getting better. If there have been stormy things happening in the past, especially with somebody meddling or feeling confused or feeling like you needed more clarity, because you got clarity or you spoke up, I feel like the worst of whatever that was is over, and you have a newfound sense of hope and optimism about the future, especially concerning what you do, either as a career for living, your job, or your goals in life in general, and your talents and abilities. It feels like you are no longer allowing yourself to be boxed in or limited by possibly other people's opinions of what you're capable of or what you can or can't do. There is nothing that you can't do. Just to let you. Yeah, you know that, but I feel like you needed to hear that. So there is no limits to what you can do. You just need to focus, communicate well, don't let the Emperor stop you, but also have compassion for the Emperor here. I feel like he or she really needs it if it is a person. The reason why they're being limiting like that is because they feel threatened. If it's a situation, your challenge or your countering experience is that you may have to continue to be some kind of an authority figure while you are bringing this other thing into being, and it may be a lot for you to do. But ultimately, I see a lot of blessings for you. So you're feeling hopeful about what you can produce or what you can create or what you're doing in general in the near future. The worst is over with whatever that was. And right now, you are feeling really strong and assertive and self-respectful, respectful of other people, respectful of yourself, deserving respect from other people. You just feel really, you feel like you are fully yourself and aware of your capacities, your passions, your abilities, and fully encouraging yourself to do what you do best and to believe in yourself. You feel very strong at this time. That's very good. As well as asserting your boundaries in a gentle but firm way, which being Libras, I can see how it's more hard for you to be strong than it is to be gentle. Gentleness is always going to be a part of how you communicate and how you deal with the world, is to bring beauty in. But perhaps, now you're stepping it up a notch and you're becoming much stronger about not allowing indecision to stop you or other people's opinions to stop you, or how you affect other things to stop you. In your surroundings, you have a new solid beginning on something, a new foundation, a new solid base to work off of, a new creation in your life that is becoming permanent now, or becoming full force, what am I saying? It's stable now, it's there now, it's not going anywhere. But this is a new beginning that feels very organic and creative and happy and solid. This could be, again, some kind of a business or thing that you're doing or purpose that you have. This could be finally settling down to the ideal location that you want. This can also be settling down in some type of a partnership or a romantic situation. You know more than me on how this applies, but because this is in your surroundings, I feel like you're in a really good place. And that could be said literally and figuratively. You're in a really good place. You feel like you have the solid base that you need in order to continue to grow this. So Your hopes are the Nine of Pentacles. I can totally see this, especially with strength as where you're at now, and especially because you have the Three of Pentacles at your core of your being. You've already begun this. You've already started this process. It's happening now. It's full force ahead. There is no hesitation there. You are doing it. But your hope is that it will continue to grow. You'll continue to keep up with this. It'll continue to bring you opportunities, and eventually you will get to this spot. Wrong card. Which is to fully enjoy your life, enjoy your own talents, capacities, and willpower, and to realize that you have completely done this, not necessarily feeling as though you need anybody's help. What is that on my finger? Oh, it's from the Sage. Very good. Very good. And I'm getting a lot of self-sufficiency, being strong in yourself, knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want. Just coming from a really solid, integrated, self-aware, self-respectful place. And as your general outcome, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You are really fortunate at this time, or it's possible, it's completely possible right now to have major good fortune enter your life, where things, as long as you just keep on doing this, you should expect to have no obstacles. Nothing's in your way, nothing's stopping you. The only thing in here that might be a challenge of what's trying to stop you is the Emperor, but I feel like the Emperor really needs your compassion and humor and a hug from you to a certain degree. Or if the Emperor is you, this is a part of yourself that is falling away. And so good things are happening. I think good things are most definitely happening. You have a lot of blessings that are pouring into your life at this time. And your blessings may be so activated at this time, or your feeling of joy and happiness and miracles happening in your life is so active at this time that you may even be completely out of your natural, You may be completely out of your own character, where you're actually running full force into situations or jumping into something. I'm also getting this chance or this opportunity will only happens very rarely, or will only happen this one time with this particular thing, whatever it is, whether it's love or career. And so you cannot hesitate. Do not hesitate. You need to just jump straight into it. If this has to do with a potential relationship, I don't mean jump straight into it as in, go declaring to this other person that they're your twin flame or you're completely in love with them or whatever, because that might actually make them run away. But what I am getting is take the initiative. Don't hold back. Don't seize the opportunity. Don't hold back. Don't be shy. Don't not do anything. Do something. Say something. Seize it. Seize the day. Seize the opportunity. Seize the blessings as they happen. If you hesitate or become indecisive or unsure in any way, you may miss this opportunity. This feels like a really huge opportunity to me. That's very fortunate for you. So, but again, if you feel as though good things are happening, but it's almost overwhelming at how quickly it's happening or how obvious it is, also, allow things to unfold, but again, be strong and maintain your boundaries on what you can withstand without becoming knocked off balance too. So your general outcome is that amazing things are happening in your life. Amazing opportunities are happening, but you need to seize the opportunity, which is this guy right here, Luathus the Wild. He's quite the wild character, but it's all about things either jumping into your life all of a sudden or you seizing an opportunity and taking action. This is the go for it card, or the action card. It's the I'm so excited I have to do this now card. And so since the fates are bringing you great opportunities and blessings into your life, you need to seize the opportunity and take action on these things. Otherwise, they may fly right by you and you may lose this opportunity. Your best possible outcome. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to put it, in this, I'm going to put it in this order. Imagine it as a story. You have wished for a true love or a deep connection or a path, a soul path that you have wanted for a very long time, which is this one. You almost gave up on it. You had to wait for so incredibly long for this. But now Penelope is letting you know that it is entirely possible, as your best possible outcome, to have what you've been dreaming this whole time, or what you have dreamed of, and that it's okay to fully embrace the process of being completely inspired, because this is not an illusion. Your dreams are not an illusion. They're very real to your soul or your spirit, and it is very possible right now for you to have these dreams come true, as long as you take initiative and do something about it. If you don't do something about it, which I see you as doing something about it, because this is your central experience for September, is these are your wishes coming true. And this is you going for it. So as long as you go for it, expect amazing things to happen for you. And I don't really get anything in here that's really stopping you or is a major challenge for you, except this poor emperor, which I feel really bad for him in this reading for some reason. I feel like if this is a person, they really need your compassion and empathy, and they may be afraid of losing you, whether it's a job situation, if this is your boss, or if this is a partner, or just somebody who's in your life that where you are their joy, or you are their soft place that they rely on in order to soften their hard edges. But I feel like because you have so many amazing things happening for you, they feel left out, or they feel threatened, like they may lose you. So if this is a person, and even if it's not a person, it's the same story except with a larger thing. This system is afraid of losing you. This system needs you, needs your softness. And so try to lighten this person up, or this situation up. Try to have compassion for this, even if you may have some things in you that feel as though you have been overly controlled by this. Even if this is a role that you have been taking, is to be emperor, you need to have compassion for this part of yourself. This part of yourself that relies on stability may feel threatened by all of this stuff. So I wish you all the best. That was extremely interesting. Hopefully that made sense and helped in some way, and many blessings to you. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello everyone. This is just a little end note for you to let you know that as well as being an intuitive, I'm also an artist, and I've just been commissioned to make 30 wind spirits that are sculptures that hang from the ceiling. And so I need to get that done in order to be able to pay my bills and feed my kid and all of that wonderful stuff. So I'm just letting you know I'm putting out all of your general readings for September out all at once, and then I'm going to be finishing this commission and then hopefully getting your bonus readings out by next week at the latest. The good thing about that is that you'll probably be able to see my sculptures behind me when you do get your bonus readings. See if you like my art at all. Also, I wanted some feedback about the bonus videos. I do know that there are people who watch those. I would love to get some feedback on whether or not I should even be including health at the end there. I know that people are interested in the love and relationships and in the career and money. I'm just wondering if doing the health reading at the end is really necessary, or if people are watching those, or if they help in any way. If people are more interested in career and money and relationships, I would rather focus on those two things for you. So if anyone's brave enough to mention to me whether or not you actually watch the health sections, whether they're valuable to you, whether I should cut them out altogether and just focus on the other two. So I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I also wanted to say that I realize these are still late. Living in such a rural area, it's actually hard. Jobs are hard to come by here, and so I do a lot of odd jobs and things on the side in order to pay my bills, as well as doing readings and art. But I am going to be putting an option down below in the description box in case there's anybody out there that would like to donate to my channel at all. I realize it's kind of early to be asking for that at this point, but it would help me out quite a bit if you have it to give, and if these benefit you in any way and you appreciate these readings. Even if it was $5, I could use anything at this point. Also, I'm also an astrologer, and I have been one for professionally for at least 18 years now. I would like to get to a point with prosperity where I can take extra time out in order to possibly put some free courses on this channel for astrology, numerology, many other things. I actually read palms. I read astrology charts of all different kinds. I read tarot cards, and I also read tea leaves. So if there's anything about those things that you would like to know about, I've noticed that on YouTube there's not a whole lot available on things like Lilith in your chart, or Eros and Psyche, or any of the asteroids. So if there is anyone out there that would like to see videos about those concepts, donating to the channel would really help me with that. It would give me enough time and space to be able to sit down and knock them out instead of scrambling around on the side trying to come up with enough. So thank you for patiently listening to me ramble, and I will see you soon with your bonus readings. For now, hopefully this will suffice. And next time I see you, you'll see some wind spirits. Okay, take care. I love you guys. Bye.